that the condemnation would be implied. You know.
Did you guys know that not only did Hitler try to exterminate certain segments of the human population, but there was also a breed of dog that Hitler almost wiped off the face of the earth?
Not the German Shepherd, because every time you see that motherfucker, he's posing with a kid or a German Shepherd, one of the two.
It was the Bouvier de Flandres breed.
Huh?
Go on, it's like Morticia speaking French over here.
It was a working farm dog, a.k.a. called the cowherd from Flanders. This is what he looked like. He's kind of an ugly dog.
He looks kind of like a terrier a little bit.
Dirty Benji.
Is he a big dog or a little dog?
I think he's kind of kind of in the middle between big and small.
I mean, is it
a Bouvier? The Bouvier is a bear of a dog with a somewhat stubborn personality. He's smart and learns just how to wrap his tail around his human's heart. Yada, yada, yada. But the thing is that this breed of dog caught Hitler's eyes. And he had heard stories of how heroic this breed of dog was, and he was going to make that dog
He's going to teach him a lesson?
No, he was going to make that dog the national dog of the Third Reich. So he goes out to this farm where all these dogs are at, and he goes to pet one. And the first second that he's on the farm, he's ready to don this dog, the dog of the Third Reich.
He's ready to name him?
The dog bites him.
Oh. Dog obviously knows who's bad. He's the hero, all right.
And at this point, he bites him on the hand, and Hitler says within a second of getting bit by the dog, he sets out a command that every dog, every single one, he wants exterminated. He wants to put this dog down, and
what a fucking baby! I mean, Jesus Christ!
It shows you the mentality, right?
And the mentality of the fuckheads around him that were like, "You got it, boss. All right, line him up."
You want to kill all these dogs? Yeah. There's a lot of these in this country.
He came close too. They said he came real close to putting these dogs, out.
Extinct list, huh?
People even went so far as to pull Schindler's lists with these dogs. People would hide these dogs. And I say, where's that movie about those dudes?
They're like, Aunt Frank, you're going to have to fucking get out of this attic, man. I got 9 dogs I got to hide.
It's harder to keep a dog quieter, though, than a human, I imagine, because, you just tell somebody, you got to keep it low.
Shh, Hitler doesn't like you.
So that, and we also changed the name of I forget what we called it originally, but this was for your information, what this segment was called. So for your information this week is, I don't know if you people out there know it, but Hitler tried to exterminate a breed of dog just because it bit him once.
The furrier.
Yeah, it says they're rational, gentle, loyal, and protective by nature. So the complete opposite of Hitler and everything he was, right?
Dog was doing what it's supposed to do.
They're enthusiastic, responsible. It says here that they were almost wiped out in World War I because of the region of the origin and the fact that the dogs were used for military purposes and because they were trained as trench dogs.
These still exist, these dogs? I mean,
yeah. He didn't succeed. That you could still go and get yourself a Bouvier. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but if they were here in the United States, you would never been able to kill them here.
Bouvier,
Well, I guess they originate more in Europe, and I guess there was a chance, if he had remained, if the dominoes didn't fall a certain way, this dog might not be in existence anymore.
Yeah,
crazy.
They originate in Belgium. The cowherder of Flanders.
And that brings me up, since we're talking about dogs Sunday, Jeff.
You got to hear this.
Yeah, I'm curious myself.
New addition to the Flanagan household. New puppy.
Oh, I thought it was me. I thought we were making a big announcement.
Probably lives in the garage.
Yep, got myself a new puppy 2 days ago.
What kind of dog?
French bulldog.
A lot of dog talk today, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of dog talk at the stash. He's
French or English? English bulldog?
No, he's French. He looks
they're
like
the
a bat.
Little guys, right?
Yeah, they're little squatty, little tubby little things. They're cute as hell. Just got him on Monday. And I think he slept.
This guy?
Yeah, he slept last night for a grand total of 2 hours.
Okay.
Oh, he has like tons of puppy energy?
No, he's not as that energy. He just doesn't want to be alone or in the crate. So he's barking.
I hear you, brother.
Afraid that Hitler might be around, I never know. He might be the next one on the species list.
He doesn't bite, though, which is good. He hasn't bit yet. He hasn't.
Usually a good thing.
But he's a cool dog. You want to hear what we named him?
I heard half this story.
Okay, yeah. So we had to go to Baltimore for Comic Book Man this weekend, and we had bought the dog on Friday, but we knew we couldn't pick him up till Monday because we were going to be away for the weekend. My family came down to Baltimore with me, and so we're on the road, and I wanted to call him Peanut. My kids didn't want to call him Peanut. They wanted to call him Rigby.
Why Peanut? Like,
he just looked like a peanut to me, and it just rolls off the tongue.
Stay small. I mean, is that dog stay?
Yeah, he's gonna stay.
Just grow a little bit, and that's about it.
That's about it. And my other kid had some really crazy, like Randolph, like names that you would never name a dog. And so we're driving along, and I just start throwing out names this is like a 3-hour trip, and the whole time I'm just throwing out names. Some good ones, some bad ones. Obviously they can't all be winners. And I threw out the name P. Diddy, and I changed it real quick, and I said, no, not P. Diddy, P. Doggy. And my oldest goes, no way, Dad, that's racist.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think it's the opposite. I think the dog's going to piss all over your house. Pee, doggy. That's what I think. If the dog says, tell me to pee, so I'm going to piss in the corner.
So they're worried that the dog will come off as racist.
He's definitely black in color.
So he's like brindle, right?
Yeah, he's brindle, but he's definitely more black than brown. And they were like, I'm not going to go into school and say, after I post pictures of my dog and people are going to go, oh, what's your dog's name? I'm not going to say P. Diddy or P. Doggy. There's no way. Don't even think about it. It's not going to happen. And I said, but why? I go, and she goes, because. And I said some other names like, well, what about who's a Snoop Dogg? And they were like, no rappers. And I was like, well, I go, are you telling me that you think that just because if a person's name is a rapper, that's totally off limits? But if I was to throw out like an old, I don't know, like some rock and roller, that would be okay? And they were like, duh. And I was like, so like Alice Cooper would be okay. And they heard Cooper, and they were like, Cooper. We like Cooper. Yeah, Cooper. Let's call it Cooper.
Decent name.
I feel like I have to ask Sunday Jeff to spit out his gum because it's going to drive people nuts. It's driving me crazy right now.
All right. I didn't even realize that.
So, unbeknownst to me just throwing out the name Alice Cooper, they gravitated toward the sound of Cooper, and they deemed it that they would not be labeled as hate mongers or racists for taking that name.
I mean, I can only imagine, like, in our day and age, it would be like, guess what I named my dog? If it was racist or not.
But I mean, I really tried to get into their heads. I go, I guess there's a different, more, like, they're really afraid to be politically incorrect. But I wouldn't think that would be, right?
To name it after a rapper? Like Snoop Dogg? No, not at all.
Are they
no, you know what it
overthinking
is? Yes, it's this generation overcompensating for generations past, I bet. Because it's not fucking racist to call a dog. Do you know how many fucking people probably have? I mean, Snoopy.
Tons.
The guy fucking took his name from a beagle in a cartoon strip.
Oh, Snoop Dogg?
I mean, I would assume so. Maybe that's not the case, but it's pretty close.
Oh, it's very close.
But I don't think Snoop Dogg would be like, or Jesse Jackson would, not just Al Sharpton would be like, all right, let's lead a march because the Flanagans named their dog.
Could you imagine that guy on the news, though?
Like P Puppy, or what was it? P Diddy?
P Doggy. I say P Diddy. I was just throwing out names left and right, and I said P Diddy, and I corrected myself real quick. I said no, P Doggy, and they were like, absolutely not. They were aghast that I even said it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was just like,
oh my God, no wonder I'm never invited over to your house. Like, it totally makes sense now.
I mean, I was a little taken back by at the revulsion of that, and they were almost ashamed of me when I said it.
Ganging up on you.
Really? They're just like, you're not allowed to pet the dog. Fucking racist.
I don't know. I mean, you know.
And you don't condemn Hitler enough.
Cracker
You were listening
Flanagan.
to an old episode, and you didn't condemn Hitler enough, and you have the gall to say that our dog should be named P Doggy. But yeah, so they took Cooper, and so the dog indirectly is named after Alice Cooper. But I didn't even like it though. I didn't fall in love with the name Cooper. I was still going for Peanut. I offered Kirby up as a name. They didn't like it, and so the dog became Cooper.
What's up, Coop?
Yeah. You weren't like, what about, what the fuck is that guy's name? I can't remember his name. I'm about to make the joke. Rochester.
Who?
Rochester.
What's that?
Remember, he was like, Rochester! I forget what TV show it was now. Now, I want you to go back, and I need you to show your kids how racist they are. Mark Curry starred in Hanging with Mr. Cooper from 92 to 97.
Oh, that's right. Hang on, Mr. Cooper.
It's not in their era. They would never know that the dog was named after that hit TV show on TGIF.
Yeah. Like 10 years before they were born.
But I could like throw it in their face, be like, you know.
I think you hold that one in reserve.
Yeah.
For like, oh, you guys think you're so smart? Guess what? When you go to school, you're going to be branded racist.
Check this out.
Ever hear of a little show called Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Not so progressive, are you?
Wow. You don't have a dog, do you, Sunday Jeff?
I used to have a dog. I used to have an English bulldog.
What happened? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming that he died.
Oh, you had to put him. He had cancer.
But you didn't want to get a.
Nah, it's because as our first dog, and we got it from somebody else later on, and we didn't get it when it was a puppy, and we already had a cat at the time. It wasn't really good idea to bring a full grown dog into a house that had a cat in it to begin with. But I mean, they managed for a while. It was just that it's having that kind of dog. I mean, it was a lot of work. I mean, that dog takes you for a ride, man. They were all muscle. But I mean, like his dogs.
You got pushed around by your dog?
It was black, Just, sometimes I don't want no trouble, mister.
Only Dollar Shave could say that joke.
Yeah.
You're lucky you're fucking Dollar Shave, bro.
English bulldogs aren't black; they're white. But no, it was just you realize, because I never had a dog before, and you don't realize how much the fucker eats and how much you got to like take. I mean, there's a lot of work with a dog. Got to constantly take it out.
Yeah.
And it's like when it's raining and shit. Because this is when I didn't have a house, so we were in like in a townhouse. So you still had to get out and walk the dog. You just couldn't let it shit in your backyard, because
Oh, no.
you have to walk in there. You'd have to
Why
clean
can't
up.
you let
in
shit in the backyard? My dogs
Well,
do.
no, when we lived in our townhouse, it's like
You share the yard?
No, well, it's other people's. Well, you don't share. The whole yard's not yours, but I'm saying people, they have kids or something that can walk through your backyard because it's technically not yours. It's the whole development.
It's like
It's
shared
not fenced
space.
in?
It's like
yeah.
shared space.
It's not fenced in?
No, you can't put a fence in there.
Okay, but I mean, still.
But there's certain places to walk the dog. They had certain places that you could walk the dog, but you still had to clean up it. But I'm saying if it's pouring out, the dog's got to go out, and you got to get out, umbrella, and the dog comes in, it's all wet. And it's. I mean, at least your dogs are really small, so it's like
What you're trying to say is I learned from my first dog they're not worth it.
I'm more of a cat person, but like my sister's got a small dog. She got like what's those the Dachshund? Is that like one of those hot dog dogs?
Yeah.
And I mean, she's real small, but she's so friendly. She jumps up on you. I mean, like a dog like that's perfect. I mean, and she she comes in, she just wipes her paw, and it's got a real shallow coat, so it's not all over the place. I mean, dog like that I would get. I mean, I'd get like a smaller dog like you had. But what happened to the other one? That's what I wanted to know.
Who,
He still has her.
Socks?
Well, you got two. You
I got
never.
two now.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
said, hey,
Oh, you thought something happened to
I
Socks?
thought
There was
we're
a
moving in
trade-in.
with Mr. Cooper or something. I don't know what's going on over there.
No.
I thought I had it with this
I mean,
fucking
it took 3 years because initially I was supposed to buy the dog that's 3 years old. I was supposed to buy them together.
No.
And then it turned out, well, let's train this one and then immediately get the next puppy. And that there was a delay of 3 years in between the two dogs. And that 3 years was needed for us to forget how daunting it is to watch over a puppy. I mean, I have my two girls. They are on butt duty. All they do is watch the dog's ass all day long to make sure it's not going down or in a